Do this life thing alone. I have reached my breaking point of having to do this life thing alone. I just want to be held, nurtured, loved, cared for, physically, emotionally, spiritually, mentally, in all aspects. I want my heart and soul to be seen and held. I just can't do it alone anymore, and I'm at my breaking point. I can do it physically alone. I've been doing it, but I don't want to. I don't deserve to, because I am worthy of companionship, of community, of love, of affection, of support, of someone lifting me up, motivating me, encouraging me. I am worthy of that. So I deserve to receive that. I don't want to do it alone anymore, and I've been crying all day because of it.
All praises to Yahweh Shem Shai. All praise to Yahweh Shem Shai. Want to do it again. Want to give all praise to Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Rakakadash. Yahweh is the Most High God, and Yahweh Shai is who the world and he calls Jesus Christ. And double honors to the apostles and the elders, a great millstone, who will rule the world to the Spirit, teach this word and believe this word to the best of their ability. The mighty Shalom to the hopeful elect, scattered four corners of the earth, in and out of congregations, teach this word to the best of their ability. Lord, one of the Most High continue to put on their spirit to endure for the wives and the single sisters, Shalom. Lord, you can continue to be believers in this word and continue to pursue to be a virtuous and loving self-life. The Lord, one of the Most High, mercy on my brothers and sisters not in the faith. Now, this video is inspired, you know, me and the OG and multiple brothers, at work, and even brothers I live with, was saying, um, it's going to hit that day when women going to hit with reality, right? And women are going to really desire the men of the Lord. Now, what we just heard, this girl is not directly saying the men of the Lord. She wants this companion and that. To be truthfully honest, the men of the Lord is going to be able to give that to a real God-fearing woman, right? Because women are going to need protection in the time that we in now. And it's hard out here. Majority women is down bad. They get the end of the stick. This whole movement, this whole thing, is not about a woman at all. You know what I'm saying? But women play a beautiful role and a beautiful part. Women should be seeking a righteous man to be under a God-fearing man. And if not, you're not going to get what you truly are looking for. But if you want that, you could get what you say you want it. But the real women, the Black Latinos, the Native, they are going to need, a righteous man, right? So let's see if we can bring out some edification. This is Sirach chapter 36, verse 22 to 26. And that's what it reads. The beauty of a woman cheereth her countenance, and a man loveth nothing better. If there be kindness, meekness, and comfort in her tongue, then is not her husband like other men, right? So, hey, it's nothing wrong with having a beautiful woman because uh, you know, it's nothing better, right? And what do most all men? We look at women's body. It don't mean that that's all that matters. A man is gonna want a good-looking woman to be a reflection of him, right? Verse 24: He that getteth a wife, he getteth a possession, a help like unto himself, and a pillar of rest. So this sister and many other sisters is going to have to accept that they are a possession. You know what I'm saying? Like this cell phone, like this laptop, like this car. You are a possession, baby. And and that would be beautiful if a sister can understand that. A help like unto himself, a pillar of rest. You're going to be a helping hand, right? You're there. Most cases before the brother, before, like if I'm calling out my yard, my woman is right there. right? They're going to be that helping hand, let alone that pillar of rice from all the chaos and all the scrutiny in this world. That woman is that peace. When nobody accepts you, your wife will, or your wives will. You had a terrible day, your wives, your family will make you have a good day, right? 25, it says, where no hedge is, Salaki, where no hedge is, there the possession is spoiled, and he that have no wife will wander up and down mourning. So if a woman don't have a husband, she's gonna be spoiled. What's she gonna be spoiled with? Excuse my language. So like 26 and 12, she can be spoiled with a whole lot of different things. You know what I'm saying? You reap what you sow. Women are going to be hopping around like hopscotch. And that's just because of how Esau and this society promotes that. It's okay. Just put a condom on. And if this relationship don't work, move to the next one. We want to keep promoting those things, right? It's all about making the right decision, but it's all about our mothers and fathers arranging who we marry, right? Because we shouldn't have a whole bunch of hopping around in this thing. Women shouldn't have to say this is my 10th go round, my fourth, my third. Let alone now, it's different if a woman said, "Oh, my husband died. My husband died. This is my seventh husband. He died." That's different. He died in battle. He died of a sickness. But you know, he didn't make the cut. Oh, he cheated. Oh, this and this and that. Damn. So women are going to be spoiled, and if a man's not getting a woman, he's going to wander. The Lord said uh he made the woman for men, not men for women. The woman was created for the man. The woman was created for the man. I said again, the woman was created for the man, right? Top to bottom. 26, it says, who will trust the thief while appointed, well appointed, that skippeth from city to city? So who will believe a man that hath no house, and lodgeth wheresoever the night taketh him? Right? And that's gonna be a man that has no wife, no family to take care of, man. He's gonna wander, right? And most men we see, they wander just to get that type of feeling or caressing, right? This is why a lot of us men might get a harlot, right? Yes, it might be a little thrill or something, right? But it's something into it. But when we really space it out and we understand that women was created for men, most men don't have that privilege of a woman catering to them, right? Massaging them, right? Easing the pain. A woman that's not nagging you, right? Or when things get tough, a real solid woman is going to work through it. If she mess up, she's going to work hard to fix the situation. Let alone she's not nagging you on what the heck you doing. You are a man. But of course, scriptures, the Lord says, man, we got to love our wife like we love ourselves. So if he's the man of the Lord, yes, he might be stern. He might be rough. He's solid about his family. But at the end all, he loved his wife, right? Let's get another one real quick. Let's go to First Timothy chapter 2, and let's start at verse 9. And we're going to end it at 15, right? It says, in like manner also that the women adore themselves in modest apparel, with shamefacedness and sobriety, not with braided hair or gold or pearls or costly array, right? Women adore themselves in modest apparel. Let's hold on. Go to verse 9. It's the GNT. It says, I also want the woman to be modest, right? You have a modest behavior, and then you have a modest apparel. That's why you can see it might say modest, but then it might say modest apparel. It's talking about modest look, right? So a woman to be modest and sensible about her clothes. So this is talking about her modest behavior, let alone when it says sensible about their clothes and to dress properly. Now he's talking about two modesty. He's talking about the behavior modesty and the apparel modesty, right? Not with fancy hair styles and with gold ornaments or pearls or expensive dresses. Some women, some people would look at this and say, oh, we can't do this. It's just showing that you getting your hair braided and all these gold ointment doesn't make you modest inwardly. Or that does not mean having golden jewels mean that you are modest, right? They're just showing modest from the first part is explaining it. I also want the women to be modest, sensible about their clothes, and to dress properly. End all be all. Then not with fancy hairstyles. Don't be modest with fancy hairstyles and gold ornaments or pearls. And women will really think that they're classy, they're a wholesome woman just because of the jewelry or the Louis Vuitton bag that they got. Right? Verse 10. But which becometh women profess of godliness with good works. Let the woman learn in silence with all subjection. Right? And that's that shame face. Real woman of the Lord is not going to be in every man's face. Now we understand work, but a woman is going to make sure that realm is known. Either she's saying she got a husband, but she's going to make sure in no form, no shape, she is flirtatious. That's why you have some women in Israel that might be stuck up or they might be mean. Through the spirit, that is a good thing, right? In some cases. Verse 12, it says, uh, but I suffer not a woman to teach, nor to usurp authority over the man, but to be in silence. Right? Now, when we say teaching, yes, you're going to talk mostly about the teaching of Yahweh Shem Shai. But you have other teachings that can stay out of women business, right? Let alone when it deals with like when we talking about land, our crops, our animals, the business that men do, right? But in most cases, women really wasn't going into any affairs of a man, right? Regardless if it was brother situation, maybe a husband might say, "Man, this brother did this." The wife is going to soothe you, but she's not gonna, most cases, tell you to do this unless you ask it, or she like, "Babe, can I tell you something, or can I give you an opinion?" Now we're in a place where you can just freely say whatever the hell you want, right? Women didn't want no authority over a man. This is ancient women. And since we coming back to our old ways, it's all about men and women seeking the old way of righteous men, righteous women, righteous wives, and righteous husband, right? But to be in silence, right? Women are loving and silent women. That's a gift. Women is not, what is women talking about all day, every day? If you're around your girl all day, every day, what is she going to talk about? Women are not thinking like men or moving like men. We think logically, right? Now, we talk about scriptures, we talk about life, we talk about food, the house. Yes. After that, a woman is not going to overtalk her husband, right? Because back then, a woman wanted to make sure she don't annoy her husband. She wanted to make sure she did enough at the right time. Whenever he asked, "Oh, I'm there," right? Because women wanted to make sure they didn't uh, uh, they didn't overstep, right? But you might have men that want variety of women. That's perfectly fine, but those women are still going to act like women, and most of them are going to uh, move a certain way unless their Lord is amping that situation, right? You know what I'm saying? Women were more in order back then, and this is what we trying to get now, right? It don't mean shut up, don't even say good morning, none of that. We allow little things to go over our head. I just have to clear it up because I know some sisters really do. You know what I'm saying? But if you get it, you get it. For Adam was first formed, then Eve, and Adam was not deceived, but the woman being deceived was in transgression. Notwithstanding, she shall be saved in childbearing if they continue in the faith, in charity, in holiness, and sobriety. Right? So, if they continue the faith, that woman can be saved through childbearing. So, we talk about a woman that is either under her husband in this truth, or if she is in this walk with him, she can be saved through childbearing. Now, you women that's not in the ministry or walking with a man that's in the ministry, I don't know. You might, hey, coulda, shoulda, woulda. This is First Corinthians. First Corinthians chapter 14, verse 34 to 35, it says, let your woman keep silence in the churches, right? This is when there's a multitude of people, right? Because whenever two or more are gathered, Yahweh Shema Shai is in the midst. It says, for it is not permitted unto them to speak, but that they are commanded to be under obedience, as also saith the law. So if a woman was really, under her husband, she's going to be quiet in the church. Whereas a whole bunch of men can be, a real woman is going to yield. She's going to understand the assignment, right? Hold her mouthpiece. And if they will learn anything, let them ask their husbands at home, for it is a shame for a woman to speak in the church. So if your wife heard what a brother said incorrectly, she's gonna wait until she go home and then ask him. Let alone she's gonna say, "Hey, Adawan, can I ask you something?" She's not gonna come off aggressive. Women were gentle. Women were gentle and kind. This is what scriptures will show that women are kind and gentle to their husband, right? Women raising their voice, that's all masculine energy. Men is not dealing with none of that. Especially in the pack, women are not moving like that, right? America, freaking Kool-Aid washed you, right? This is a beautiful thing. A shamefaced woman is most cases will be considered wise out of all women, right? This is Proverbs chapter 14, verse 1. So like you said. So verse 1. Wise woman buildeth her house, but a foolish plucketh it down with her hands. How do a woman build her house? Taking care of what need to be taken care of, the children and the husband. Yes, we look at other things that women build in a house, the decoration, how neat the house is, making sure the maintenance on the house, like washing dishes, the bathroom, right? Just like having servants, that wife will make sure the servants got the house. But now we in captivity and stuff. The woman is gonna make sure, let alone your kids grow up, the woman is going to start teaching the kids how to clean. Let alone if you got daughters, this is the best way to teach. You want to teach your daughter now. Don't wait till she's 18 to teach her how to be a damn wife. Then you won't follow. You're not lining yourself up with Titus chapter 2. And if you doing Titus chapter 2, being a homebody, you obeying your husband, all of that, you should be teaching your daughter the same damn thing. You freaking wild, right? But just for the sister's video, this is what like to get a real man, she has to be willing to do this, man. Right? When all hell breaking loose, she's the one to come through. The wife ain't complaining because she know her role. Yes, we complain because of this world and all this and all that. But real women, look at Mary. Look at Ruth, look, Naomi. Our foremothers really was serious. They took being a mother, being a parent serious. You know what I'm saying? Before David, during the time of David, Solomon, and all the great kings, and then after, you know, our foremothers and our fathers, they love to be parents. They love to be the father loved to be a leader. The woman loved to be under the man, right? Proverbs 24, verse 3 to 4, it says, through wisdom is a house builded, and by understanding it is established, and by knowledge shall the chambers be filled with all precious and pleasant riches, right? So through wisdom, a house is builded. So that means your house should be filled with wisdom, right? Because you might be talking about it. That's another way of building your house, right? Let's get something. Let's get Proverbs 31 and 26. It says, she opened her mouth with wisdom, and her tongue is the law of kindness. This shows you that your wife will be speaking of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, right? A real wife is teaching her kids. She's not waiting for her husband to come around. She's doing a real woman is freely doing it because she knows that it's important. How about Shimon Shai is supposed to be important in our life, let alone when you got a man of the Lord, you want your sons or you want your daughters to get men like your husband. You're going, it's no way around it. You're going to be about it. Yo, if your husband is about the men of the Lord, about the Lord, about Yahweh Shimon Shai, you're going to be about Yahweh Shimon Shai. You're going to freely do it, right? Going up to verse 10 to 12. It says, who can find a virtuous woman? For her price is far above rubies, right? And that's a righteous woman. The heart of her husband, the mind of her husband, doeth safely trust in her, so that he shall have no need of spoil, right? And that's a woman should be one of those wives that a man can trust, right? If you do sip a little, if you do sip, you ain't gonna sip too much when you getting too tipsy or you saucy, and then now you acting like a new person and you looking a little lefty, or when you out when you not with him, he should trust you, right? When you say you gonna do what you about to go do, or regardless, even if you don't tell him, you not gonna do things that jeopardize the reflection in your household, right? Verse 12. She will do him good and not evil all the days of his life. I mean, all the days of her life, right? And even going with verse 11, your wife ain't gonna be half naked. She ain't gonna be seducing or showing that appeal. She ain't gonna show your goods off to another man. F that. If you lay with her, that all that is yours. All of it is yours. You understand? And women should automatically, every day your husband is looking better and better. I don't care if that man ugly in real time or a beautiful, handsome. That's the only man in your life that's the most handsomest creation that ever came across the earth. You're not even given a chance to even think another man is attractive, right? Because all your dedication is gonna be to your head under Yahweh Shema Shai, right? Let's get this in Ephesians chapter 5, verse 22 to 33. That's what it reads. It says, wives, submit yourselves unto your own husbands as unto Yahweh Shemashai. For the husband is the head of the wife, even as Hamashiach is the head of the church. You can see this in 1 Corinthians chapter 11. And he is the Savior of the body. Therefore, as the church is subject unto Hamashiach, so that the wives be to their own husband in everything. So just like how the church, the ministry is subjection to Hamashiach Yahushai, which we all should be, so the wives. You see how the Lord is comparing the women to the church and the man to Yahushai? This is no ifs or buts. The women should be looking at you like you Yahushai. It's no ifs or buts. I'm just speaking what the scriptures say. If a man want this woman today, he can go do that. Let alone he's following Yahweh Shema Shai. I'm only just saying that because scripture wise, this man is supposed to be the look or light of Hamashiach Yahweh Shai. So if he's walking fully in and he's dedicated doing the will of Yahweh Shema Shai, this woman should be acting like a woman. All women are not women. Like the Lord say, all Israel not Israel. Some women are women, but they're really thoughts, hoes, bitches, and sluts. A real woman take care of her household. A real woman is a wife. A real woman is a mother, and she makes sure hers is right. She's not trying to get a babysitter so she can have the time of her life. She's not talking about a bay vacation, right? Now, if she is, she's making sure that her family is definitely dedicated to Yahweh Shema Shai wherever they go. And that's what a lot of things that we do as a people, we have mixed up. We have pleasure before the importance of Yahweh Shema Shai. But let's continue. Verse 25, it says, husbands, love your wives, even as Hamashiach also loved the church and gave himself for it. Right? So we gotta lay ourselves down for our house. Right? You gotta lay yourself down for your wife or your wives. 26, that he might sanctify and cleanse it with the washing of water by the word, right? That he might present it to himself a glorious church, not having spot or wrinkle or any such thing, but that it should be holy and without blemish, right? This is why always work on your foundation, because if it has blemishes, people are going to see you always arguing, you always fighting, his wife is always upset, and all this other stuff. Always examine yourself to see if you are in the faith. Examine to see if you moving like a wife. Examine yourself to see if you are moving like a father, a husband, or a man of the Lord. 28. So ought men to love their wives as their own bodies. He that loveth his wife loveth himself. For no man ever yet hated his own flesh, but nourisheth and cherisheth it, even as Yahweh Messiah the church. For we are members of his body, and of his flesh, and of his bones. For this cause shall a man leave his father and mother, and shall be joined with his wife, and they shall be one flesh. So, sis, just know if you really want this man, you're going to become one flesh. And this is why some of our women get that bipolar or that anger. But if you get in the right relationship, even in a bad relationship, you still start acting like your spouse some way. You start saying words, you start imitating each other, you start smelling like the other spouse. This is just natural. 32, it says, this is the great mystery, but I speak concerning Hamashiach in the church. Nevertheless, let every one of you in particular so love his wife, even as himself. And the wife see that she reverence, respect her husband. How can a man love his wife as himself? Being honest, being truthful. Yo, babe, this and this and that. Hey, yo, babe, this and this and that. Right? At the end of the day, I'm just saying, this is not mandatory for anybody. I keep it raw and direct. So say if this man, if he loved his wife like he loved himself, he gonna be honest. So say if your wife, you know she in her emotional feelings, and she over here saying, "Oh, babe, is you courting a sister? You know I want you to myself and all of that." And you like, look, babe, yes I am, but I got all these damn bills. I got these kids, and I'm stressing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you do your job, but it's not enough. You know what I'm saying? Let alone you gotta work, you with the kids, and then if I do, you either occupy, right? And that man, like, you know what? I am interested in another sister. And guess what? Lord willing, she gonna be my wife too, right? And a real woman is gonna understand, you know what? This is the man of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? He is moving in that way. You know, all right, shoot, what's her name? And she gonna automatically know the mission. You know what? Let me step my game up since I have one of the men of the Lord. Let me make sure that this sister is lined up right. Like an edge up, you want to make sure she lined up. Women, yo, this that little thing might give you encouragement. Motivation might be like, you know what? That might make you a better wife. That might make your husband love you better. You know what I'm saying? It might be more smiles in the household because now your ability of listening, if you were listening, is going to be shown, right? Because now this new lady, you're gonna think in your mind, you know your husband, you know your man, and now you could be teaching, let alone outside of thinking about another woman or polygyny, F all of that. Most women, even if you come across a woman, either if she's building with your husband or if she's at your job or she one of your friends, you're gonna always be ready to be a reflection of your husband. Your husband, a teacher, you most likely might be a prophetess. You're not gonna force it, but when a sister show that she interested in this thing, you're going to guide her, right? And it's going to be a reflection of yourself. This is Titus chapter 2, verse 3 to 5. It says, the aged woman likewise, that they be in behavior as becometh holiness, not false accusers, not giving too much wine, teachers of good things. Teachers of good things. They're not going to go into the scriptures and try to teach something incorrectly or teach something to go against a man or just a humble to tell us and this and this and that. And they could be totally wrong. Women want to just really get in this thing and teach good. Let alone a women don't want to be I cut the sister. This is the scriptures wasn't made for women to do all of that, right? 4, it says that they may teach the young women to be sober, sober with different philosophies, let alone they can be sober when it comes to, influence too. Uh, it say to love their husbands, to love their children, right? It don't say love to party. Nah, a woman should love her husband, right? To love their children, right? They don't say, hey, love yourself. You know how some people say, I gotta love myself first? It, we get that because we wasn't brought up and raised correctly. It's as soon as you get born, you're all about Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, right? Of course, your mother and father is going to say you're beautiful, you're handsome. But when you're all about Yahweh Shema Shai, it doesn't matter about what we look like, how beautiful, how handsome. It's about because you could be the most ugliest creature, the most handsomest creature, and still don't give a damn about Yahweh Shema Shai. You see how the Lord works? Young women teach the young women to be sober, to love their husbands, and to love their children. Don't teach them nothing else. As soon as a woman start loving themselves more than thinking about a husband or a child, she start thinking, "Ooh, I'm a bad bitch. I got a BBL. Ooh, I'm thick as hell." Then they start taking those back pictures and they say, "Ooh, I'm just doing this because I look good." But niggas don't look at me. Don't approach me, sister. You got a whole lot of booty over there, and you over here showing it to the world, and you don't think I'm gonna holler at you? Keep that to yourself. So it's all about teaching correctly. Teach, raise your daughters to learn how to be a wife. Take care of your husband, wash the dishes. This is what you're gonna be doing when you wake up, baby. You got a period. No, you're gonna have to feed babies when you get older. This is what you gotta do when you get older and you get a husband. That's what we should be teaching our daughters. But we teaching them to chase their dreams and all of this, but you ain't even thinking before a woman go chase her dreams, she is going to, you're raising your daughter up to be a wife just like you. In old ancient times, that's how it was. But, we changed the time, right? Verse 5, it says to be discreet, chaste keepers at home, good, obedient to their own husbands, that the word of the Most High be not blasphemed. So they're discreet. They're not telling everybody all their business. Oh, he liked another girl. Oh, he did this the other day. Oh, my man went out, he was cheating. No, you fix that in your own household. If you can't fix it, then shut up. If nobody's gonna fix it, how you got the nerve to speak about your affairs outside your house if you ain't gonna fix it? That makes you look even more dumb, especially a man or a woman. Chase and keepers at home. What our women want to be? I'm outside. I'm out where the niggas at. No, your foremothers was out, and they was in the house, or if they was around the house looking at the crops, the animals, or washing clothes. Women wanted to make sure their house was good. By the time the husband, don't matter if he didn't come back next month or next week, they made sure stuff was good, right? And they're obedient to their own husband, right? They're not obedient to another man, to another. No, when my husband say go, and this is how I'm moving. Right, let's get this last one and then I'm gonna let you guys go. Lord willing, this was edifying, man, to the hopeful elect, whoever it may be. And if it wasn't, man, it's a lot. We'll still get in there and try it again. This is Genesis chapter 3, verse 16. It says, unto the woman he said, I will greatly multiply thy sorrow, which is pain in thy conception. In sorrow thou shalt bring forth children. See, you gotta bust it open. You gotta bring forth children, and thy desire shall be to thy husband. Whatever he say, what his desire and his view is, you're going to try to help and make sure that's smooth, right? Because if you help, it helps you out. If it's chaos, that this man over here arguing with people and you could have helped smooth it out, you're gonna do your job and try to make sure it's good on your end, so it don't mess up your portion. You know what I'm saying? So if this, especially if he a man of the Lord, whatever he wants, you should, man, you should figure out a way to make sure that thing comes about. It says he shall rule over thee. Women adored it, they didn't complain. It helps, right? So Lord willing, this is edifying, man. Like I said, it was all inspired by this young sister right here, man. Lord willing, sisters will actually desire a righteous man. And Lord willing, brothers actually take these sisters serious. You know what I'm saying? And regardless, if you a sister out here and it's a brother that could be your vibe, and that's moving in the spirit the way that you might see, but he already has a union. I'm just saying in the time that we have, you might not don't even have to date him, but he could be your covering. He could be somebody that can give you edification, somebody you could do feast day with the family. You know what I'm saying? Don't be prideful. You know what I'm saying? If you gotta hit up his wife and build that foundation, you do that instead of worrying about niggas. It's too much stuff to worry about instead of worrying about niggas, where they at. You know, get you a cover, get somebody that actually cares for you as a sister, you know, and want the best for you. And then you good. You know what I'm saying? Either join a union or just cleave to a brother, or you just wait. You just gonna be waiting, right? Or you just get that one brother that might not look like your type, but he's serving you how much should be outside, right? Because in that day, Jacob's trouble, women are not walking up to doors to people that they really desire and wanted. They're just gonna go to one of the men of the Lord. They ain't gonna be able to pick between the line, look on social media. The spirit gonna hit them, and they just gonna be probably knocking on doors, or they just gonna somehow, some way, go to a direction the Lord might lead them to that door, and they gonna be like, "Hey, you a man of the Lord?" And then you gonna either say yes, yes or no, I want you, and they gonna keep it moving and go to another dude until that dude accept them. You know what I'm saying? But right now, we got that free chance to go get who we want. But hey, may the force be with you, sister, and may the force be with any other sister that really say that they looking for true love and leadership and all that. It sounds good until it's right in front of your face and you don't know what to do with it. So with that, I'm gonna say Kwame Yasharella, Shalom. It's your brother, Dr. Bar. Shalom.